In today's video, I'm going to be hunting nickels, and it isn't going to be just me. I'm having a competition hunt with my brother Ethan with this box of nickels. So we have 4 enders. I searched both sides to make sure it was even between us to see who could get it the best. We have 3 60s and 1 40s. So we're each going to get 1 60s ender. And we're going to play rock, paper, scissors to see who gets the 40s ender. And whoever wins best of 3 gets it. So we'll get back to you when we have all the rolls sorted and to see who gets this 40s ender. I ended up winning that 40s ender, which that's going to be a couple extra points for me. And on top of that, we have everything sorted out. And we will get back to you when we have a good find. We won't bring you back for all the 60s and 50s, but 40s and earlier we'll definitely bring you back for. And when we do that, we'll give you score updates. So this is that ender that I thought was a 40s. I could have swore I read 48, but it's an 84. So I won rock, paper, scissors, but got a worse roll. So Ethan's got 2 enders, and I've got 1 from the 60s. We'll bring you back with the next one. My second roll with that 60s ender, and we have a miscellaneous find. I guess this coin was made in China, if you want to say that. A 2000 Philly. So that's a miscellaneous find. Oh my god, if I can flip it. Now I have 1 60s coin. Ethan has 3 60s coins. So that means he is currently up 3-1. In Ethan's first roll, I believe, he found this 1968 San Francisco nickel. Now 60s are worth 1 point, but if you come over here, San Francisco's are worth 3. So this is going to be a 3-point nickel instead of a 1. So that, sadly for me, brings him up to 6 points, and I'm still sitting at 1. Apparently, I'm not going crazy. It was a 47 ender, and it was in my second roll. I could have swore I took the 40s one to open first, but instead I got my 60s ender, which was a 64, Denver, and this one is a 47, Philadelphia. So, on our lists, it does not make low mintage, and it does not make key date either. So, that is going to be a 4-point coin for me. In my next roll, I found this 1964 Denver, but that's not why we brought you back. Ethan found this 1940 Philadelphia. I believe so. So that's 4 more points for him. And that brings the scores 8-12 with Ethan in the lead. So I was looking at the back of this coin, and it is absolutely horrible. But you can see that there's a San Francisco mint mark. So I flipped it over, and it's a 51S. So I was like, oh, cool, I have a 3-point coin. But then I looked up here, and it's a key date nickel. Now, I am so upset that this is a key date and in such terrible condition. But key date coins are 20 points each. So, with that, I'll be up to 39 to Ethan's 17. Now, he still has a very high chance to pull back because we've each got a ton of rolls left. Very next roll, and I have a 1968 San Francisco. So that gets me another 3 points added to my finds already. Right after I got done filming that clip, Ethan found a 1940 Philadelphia. So that's going to get him another 4 points. Miscellaneous finds continue. And I believe this is a 1971 Denver. And as you can see, someone got a little hungry with this one, and they just took chunks out of it. So we're going to add that up with our Made in China coin, and we'll get back to the hunt. Same exact roll, and we have an NRA counterstruck into this Denver 1963. So not only is this worth 1 point by our sheet, but it's also a miscellaneous find. That is absolutely amazing. Ethan found this 1970 San Francisco, And that is absolutely amazing. So now he is up to 43 points when I write it down, and I'm at 62. First Canadian of the hunt, and it comes out of Ethan's roll, being a 1994. So with our Canadian points, it's not worth anything. But down here as a foreign, that gets him 2 more points. I found a 69 San Francisco. So that's going to be 3 points, bringing me up to 65, and Ethan resting at 45. So Ethan found a 2004 Philadelphia Peace Medal. And of course we look for that double date, so I put it under my coin loop and was looking at it. But before I even did that, I noticed that the date is barely there, but the rest of the details are great. So I believe that this is a grease error that will give him 2 points. Same roll as that 69 San Francisco, and we have a 46 Denver. So that isn't a low mintage or key date, but it is 4 points.
1941.
And over here, Ethan just found a 1941.
And a 46.
You're kidding. 41 Philadelphia is only worth 4 points. And a 46 like mine. Let's see if we have twinning Denvers. And he has a San Francisco.
No way.
So it's going to be worth the 4 points from the 40s just because it's higher. But that's a San Francisco. 46. No.
No, that's 10.
That's 10. He just found a 46 San Francisco. You saw us flip it. 10-point low mintage coin plus the 4 points from this 41.
That's 14.
14 points. And I've only got this measly little 4 right here. So
Whoa.
I'll get back to you with our next finds and an update on our scores. Last coin of that roll for me. And we have another 51. As you know, we pulled a 51S key date earlier. Can we do it again? And it's a 51 Philly. That is crazy. So it's still a 2-point coin for me. And with that, I'm at 72. And Ethan is actually at 65. He's not that far behind. So I found a 1970 San Francisco. It's in pretty rough shape, but it's still San Fran worth 3 points, and that brings the score as 80 to 74. Ethan was literally just complaining because I'm 6 points ahead of him, and he finds this 1952. And at first I was thinking, you know what, this is probably just a 2-point coin. Then I was looking at the sheets, I was like, if it's an S, it's a low mintage, and he's got it. 10-point coin right there, 1952S. That means that he's going to be ahead by 4 points. I found a 1947 Philadelphia here, giving me 4 points, bringing the score as 86 to 84, with me in the lead. Same roll, and I found a 1970 San Francisco. That brings me up to 89 versus Ethan's 84. Very next roll, and I have a 1968 San Francisco. So that brings me up 93 to Ethan's 84 in the same amount of rolls. And I still got half of it to search. So I was going through a roll, and the back of this looked a little older. I figured it's just a 60s Philadelphia or something like that because it's not that bad on the reverse. And as you see, it's a 1940, which absolutely shocked me when I flipped it over. That's 4 more points, and that puts me at 103 to Ethan's 85 currently. About 30 seconds after I shot that last clip, Ethan found this 1970 San Francisco. So that is absolutely amazing. Right there's the mint mark below the 0 and 70. And that is going to get him 3 points and put him at 88 to my 104. So right now, he's going to choose one of my rolls because he asked to do a roll swap since I've been getting better luck, and I completely agreed to it. So he's going to take a random one of mine. I'm going to take a random one of his. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, take any one of mine that you want. Can't search the ends, and I'm going to take this puppy. So, we'll get back to you if we find anything. Not in these specific swapped rolls, but in general. Literally, like 2 seconds after I ended that clip, Ethan found this the first 1930s of the box, a 1939 Philadelphia. So, of course, I'm going to look at it for that DDR, which I do not see it on Monticello and cents, but still for him, that is a 5-point coin. Now, if this had a mint mark, it would be a key date worth 20 points for him. So anyway, we'll get back to you when we have another find. Hopefully, we have another one in the 30s. So in about 10 seconds of each other, I found this 1970 San Francisco, and Ethan found this 1968 San Francisco. So we each got 3 points with those ones. Mine looks a little nicer than his, but it's very close. I'm at 118, he's at 98. All he needs is one key date nickel, and he can tie me. And if he gets one of those in the 60s, he could be winning. So, we'll bring you back with the next finds. Ethan and I opened our last rolls, and I pulled this one out by the edge because it's reeded, and it's a 50-something. If I figure out what it is, I'll definitely put it up at the top of the video to show you, but that's just an absolute gorgeous design. I absolutely love that, and since there's a hole already in the middle, that would be a beautiful coin to make a necklace out of. That is absolutely great. We'll get back to you with finds out of these last rolls, or with a recap of what we got in total, like the amount of 60s, 50s, semi-keys, and key dates as well. Our miscellaneous finds again. Anything that was super important was already videoed, and you could, of course, go back and look at it again if you'd like. But with that, we'll get back to you with the next one. We're not done with our rolls yet, but Ethan found this 41 Philadelphia, so that will get him 4 points. And then he passed me over a 51, and he was like, oh, cool, I got a 51. And then I flipped it over, I was like, bud, that's a 51 Denver. That's a low mintage coin. So, instead of 8 points, he's got 14 right here. Like I said, we'll be back with a wrap-up or the next finds. Here we are with a wrap-up to the episode. I won by 10 points against Ethan. I had a 51S key. He had none. I had no low mintages. He had a 46S, a 51 Denver, and a 52S for low mintage. For San Francisco's, I got 3 70S, 2 68S, and 1 69S. Ethan got 2 70S and 2 68S, which it's really weird to find that many of the 70S and 68S in one box. It's just I've never found so many before. So for a foreign, Ethan got a 94 Canadian, and I got my flower coin that's right there. I still don't know what that is when I'm filming this, but like I said, I'd put it up, and I'll put it again now. I got 840s, he got 5. I got 950s, he got 7. I got 40 60s, and he got 35. So that means that we had 75 60s coins out of the entire box. That's 5 coins shy of 2 full rolls of just 60s. Now, I got no 69s. He got a 69 Philly. I had no grease errors. He had 2. I had 3 miscellaneous, which are the NRA made in China and the Chomper coin. And he had 1 miscellaneous, which I don't know where he put it over there, but it was just a really, really weirdly toned coin. So with that, it's the end of the episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one.